The recording has started. Can one of y'all speak real quick to make sure Discord is being captured?
Hello.
Hello.
Hooray! It's
Hello.
not. It's not killing itself.
Hooray.
Okay.
What we like to see.
But yeah, if there's any one in particular that you want to go over, say so and we will go over it. What I typically do is I'll go over 1 to 2 wins, and then like 3 losses.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any of the battle logs still?
I have all of them. Unless you were saying something
Yeah, I
else.
also have them all. Sweet.
Okay.
I don't have anything particular.
There's not a specific replay I want to watch, but I do want to work on positioning a little bit.
Yep. Yeah.
Just
That
because it seems
is
like I'm in a lot of low impact spots for more than half the game.
understandable. Okay. Then yeah, if y'all are fine with it, what I would like to do is go through one of each mode. Just to talk about some stuff with it.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
will say
sure.
this, just given it's a little different for today, I'll be focusing a lot more on like individual stuff since I love to talk about some of the team stuff like thresholds, and I still will. I just don't want to go as in depth. Actually, no, for thresholds that's fine, but just for the future, this will definitely be one of the more individually focused days because I typically focus the team as a whole as much as I
Mm-hmm.
can.
Mm.
I want to go over this game. Sorry that you're in it around. You're gonna suffer as well.
Yeah, I know. Fair note. I just kind of I had played Machine earlier that day. And it's like, hey, this weapon's kind of fun. I haven't played it in like a year.
Fine.
It's like, okay, it's probably better than playing Ghoulies with this because
Oh,
Okay, mate.
oh, hi, James.
Hello.
Ooh. Let's go.
We just started stuff, so
Okay, cool.
um,
This is y'all's team game?
this is one of the games just before you joined for the scrum.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out something in particular with this. You already know this, James. I saw how you were playing, but I want to bring it up for a few things. One, on opening, if you can, try to push forward compared to stalling where you are comfortable in mid.
Yeah.
If
Mm-hmm.
y'all can.
Okay.
I bring it up with opening, because what happens is y'all wait where you are, and I want to point out, neither team is actually fighting for mid, and mid isn't being held by either team.
Mm-hmm.
When you see that, that's kind of a sign of, hey, I want to push in and fight. This will end up being kind of fighting focused, but your comp has to be fighting. Your comp has good defensive tools, but it has just as good offensive tools, which it needs to use. Because, like, while yes, Dynamo and Nautilus and Funza can be very, very, very fucking defensive, you still have to get points somehow.
where's Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Did Fox say they wouldn't be here?
Be able to.
Oh, I can't tell anything. Okay, I just saw it.
But yeah. Because, like, I want to point out, y'all just chill in the back of mid, which the
Yeah.
enemy team takes advantage of by going forward.
Mhm.
And if you notice, you're stuck behind zone, which just makes it hard to get out. Because y'all are stuck in
Mm.
neutral. This is going to sound silly, and I'm going to rewind just to show it. If y'all push forward earlier, you can be fighting sooner, and you aren't just stalling the game for 20 seconds. For the record,
Mm-hmm.
stalling is fine. It's just that you don't have a lead to stall, if that makes sense. Or you don't have a lead to
Yeah.
defend.
One thing I'm interested about is where would you say to position to not be
Mhm.
threatened by the ZF?
So there's
Because you don't just want to run out into open ground on this map when they have a charger.
fair. For this map, I have a bit of a different approach. What I would say, though, is just try to get next to their glass. Yes, you do run a risk. Because like, going forward like that, you do run the risk. I would also pose a different question. Because you're afraid of the ZF, because the ZF can one-shot you.
Yes.
Besides the tent, what on their comp can actually fight better than y'all? In defining what I mean by fight better, what can realistically beat you in a team fight or a one-on-one fight? If you just run at it.
The Brilla.
Here, the stamper.
Umbrella and Stamp.
Yeah, again, ignoring tent cheats.
Yeah.
I say this as a tent player. So like, the one thing that you're slightly worried about is Stamper. However, the rest of their team is very prone to being killed.
Yeah.
What you can do on opening is run forward and say, I'm going to win this fight. You are just going to explode on opening.
Okay.
It sounds scary, yes, because it kind of is. Like, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. It is scary to do it. But it is also typically very successful, especially if you can do it as a team.
Yeah, that's
Because,
the key. Doing it as a team.
like,
Okay, I see
I
it.
want to point, because I just want to give you all a visual and something to think about. Imagine Lantern or Rain. Do you see, like, to the right of the Tri-Slosher? Because you're behind glass,
Yeah.
but do you see how that's painted? Imagine putting Rain there. You just put a dynamo there. What can the enemy team do about you? If they try to sit there, they just get fall offed. If they try to run away, you take the space. If they run forward, you can fight them as a team. Because at least
Okay, I see.
in my own experience, I
Yeah.
haven't had fun removing dynamo from there.
It's a little hard.
Just a little. Like, their team has an answer in Tent Umbrella, yes, but I'll be real, I don't think that. Like, Tent is a threat, yes, but I think your comp has all of the tools to make Tent just want to cry.
Okay.
So there's like static coming through your mic or something.
Oh, okay, there is shit. How annoying is the static?
Mildly.
Mildly.
Okay.
Yeah, it just sounds like a fan blowing in your mic.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm fairly sure that's just from my computer because this computer is old.
Okay.
What I would typically do is restart my Discord. The issue, I have a recording going.
Yeah.
The other thing is it might be picking up audio from downstairs, but I'm fairly sure it's just from the computer.
It's fine.
Most
can-
likely.
You can live
That
with
is
it.
okay.
It's not enough of a big of a deal.
Okay.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay, perfect. If it is, tell me. I can kill the recording and just do it in 2 parts.
Okay.
Just like, it happens sometimes and it's just annoying, but
Okay.
unfortunately I can't monitor that. Anyways,
It looks like it subsided, like literally.
then it might just be
No,
picking up some stuff from downstairs. Who knows?
Maybe.
easy one.
That aside, sorry for kind of going in depth on opening stuff, but when you're playing different comps like this, which are like off meta and they don't have the flexibility of more traditional comps, you want your opening to be something powerful because it just gives you a way to start the game and win off the like almost immediately. It doesn't keep, yes, but it gives you a massive advantage to work with.
Okay.
But if you can, like, for a comp like yours, you have some tools for painting, installing, but a lot of your tools are focused on offense, in my eyes. So the longer you stall, the more time you give the enemy team to get specials. And that might have been what you were noticing yesterday, is the enemy team was able to get their specials, which is what they want to do. It ends up working out, but I do like rambling about stuff for offense. This is also what I want to ramble about. I know I brought it up yesterday. However, I want to show what this looks like from overhead. Because this is going to make y'all embarrassed. I'm sorry. But it's the best
Oh
way to
no.
not repeat something. So right now it's just the Sheenan. And y'all have the tools to just go forward and take their elbow. The reason that's important is the less space you can give the enemy team to work with, the less space they have to get specials.
Elbow is
Do you see, like, right in front of the charger, and where the little inflatable is? That's elbow.
Yes, okay. That's what I thought. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, I get you. I appreciate you asking. I will just kind of use comp terms just because habit.
Yeah.
But like, you have the ability to just run down the charger and take elbow. And in doing that, you limit the space the enemy team has to work with, so you basically get easier fights that you want to take anyways. I'm just gonna let this play out naturally because I want y'all to see how far behind zone you stay.
Oh, we just stand still, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is why I brought up just being in front of zone. It's the same with objective as a whole, but I want to point out what the enemy team does with the space, and why I was bringing up taking elbow early. They kind of just regroup and use the space in elbow to get specials. So like Stamper just sits there and gets special off of it. Tent and Try are just kind of sitting back and trying to paint for specials. So they now have 3 specials versus year 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a small thing, but if you want your pushes to be successful, being in front of objective does a lot of good. Also, the other fun thing is a lot of teams will rely on specials for reentry. If you're far enough in, you can kill them before specials.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
I want to point out, like Rain and Around, if both of you pushed in here, do you notice how you can just kind of drop the Stamper and the Tri-Slosher for that matter?
Yeah.
That gets
Mhm.
get core and that gets rid of there's a caster and 1 solid swing.
Mm.
And
Huge
now
momentum.
everything can push forward and they have like 2 specials to work with, but they're in the 2v4. Anyways, sorry, special economy is something I keep an eye out on because it matters.
Mhm.
Mostly knowing when you need to be playing offense. But I want to point out, their entire retake is just because they pop all of their specials.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Yeah.
Mhm.
go earlier, you stop them before they can use them. Because I think that was your main issue this game. Because y'all did very well in holding. It's just holding in front of zone. Because like I'm going to point out for Lantern and same to you, like in this moment here, I know y'all are trying to fight for zone. The thing is, they can fight you, and you're stuck there now. And it ends up working. But do y'all see how you're kind of stuck back there?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to avoid. Like, at least for how I see it, if you can be fighting, that's like if you don't have an objective and you're holding in front of objective, you should be looking to fight.
Okay.
Because that's what the tent does, and y'all just kind of back up to it. And here's another example where you can go in front of zone. And y'all do like half commit to it. I want to point out, do you notice how afraid the tent gets and that's when it jumps?
Yeah.
That tent would just jump out the second that a lot of pressure was put on it. Because what it wants to do is just redirect pressure. But again, like here's the perfect chance to go forward.
Mm.
And like you do around, but I want to point out the split. Y'all like as a team want to be in front of zone.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna sound silly, but I like asking this because it helps just not do it in the future. Z, what can you do back there if they just push for zone?
Me?
Yes. Just since you're the
Uh,
furthest back right now. You're fine.
not a whole lot unless I had my ult.
Mhm. How about if you were like where around was now? Or on this pause frame?
Um, quite a bit more with with horizontal.
Probably really scary for the enemy team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am
Just
really
stand there,
scary.
get
I mean,
special,
you're
or
not really
just
scary
get in a
when you're
low
on our
spot.
side of zone.
Yeah.
No, I'm very much trying to get the defensive scrubbed out of me.
And I want to clarify something. Defense is fine. Like defense is really good. There's a reason for defense. You
But
only
I
need
don't have any
defense.
offense.
Yeah. Like the way I see it is you only need defense after you get a good offensive push.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I explain it, and this helps for some people. I view defense as a luxury.
Mm.
So instead of defense being this thing of, okay, we can immediately play defense, this makes sense, when you get a good push, you have a lot of time and points to work with, right? That's when you can play defensive. You're effectively paying with points for the luxury of playing defensive.
Mhm.
It's gonna sound silly. If I have a Rainmaker game from my team, I can show you what I mean. If not, I can look at the Rainmaker game y'all played and go off of that. But yeah, and like again for this free push, it's just because they're specialing zone because they get space for specials.
Mhm.
That Sampler messed up Zip hard. Holy. Like here, when Rain pushes forward, I want to point out the enemy team respects that so much, or the enemy charger, because people do not like the idea of dying. And I want to
Mhm.
just point out a visual because that's way more enforcing for a lot of these concepts. Like Rain, you just kind of run forward, watch the charger. That thing sees you flick once and just goes so far back.
He's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh, I did
No,
notice
no,
it. I
no.
dropped and then tried to fight them anyway.
yeah, that's fine though. Like, look though, like you get Lantern in for free. It ends up working. It's just like if y'all were where Lantern is now, this would be a perfect push. It's just one person doing that alone is a little hard. And like here, do y'all notice how much more afraid the enemy team is when you're just that step further up? That's what you're looking for. It just becomes a lot harder for them to push in. I do want to point out the rest of this game is actually very good. Like for y'all's first time playing together and in a more competitive environment, or not first time, but at least as a group in a more competitive environment, this is very good. Also, sorry, I just need to point this out because I forgot about this. Look at how fucking afraid of you they are, Rain. Like you are the lone dynamo up, and look at how much space they give you.
Oh yeah, I
They're
noticed that.
like,
They just let me get
I don't
cooler no
want to
matter
fight
what.
the. I don't
Yeah,
want to fight a mode. That's scary.
well, I just want to point
Wow,
out
Jesus.
that's a whole lot of space.
Yeah, looking at it from the top down is like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Okay, they did
That's
not like me.
huge.
Awesome.
It's like your
yeah,
entire vertical flick.
yeah. No, that's quite literally charger.
Christ. That's
Like
crazy.
they're terrified. Um, and the fun thing for how y'all play, if you play Dynamo Flingsa, the combo on paper sounds a little weak. In
Mhm.
practice, one of you can vertical flick for the other, and you get the other roller into horizontal flick. Um,
Ooh.
True. They
Oh.
like combo off of each other.
Okay.
because like
Oh, that's cool. It's gonna be like a baton pass.
yes,
That's so
Exactly.
sick, actually.
yeah, like I just want to give
Double
y'all.
roller meta.
I'm not sure about
I
meta, but
love
it is
double
very
roller.
strong.
I'm so happy that it works. That's so cool. That's so.
It's
I've
very fun.
never thought of it. That's so cool.
Like just to give y'all an image for how it would play out, or how it can play out. Do y'all see where the try is? That's about the edge of
Yeah.
Dynamo's paint range. Now I just
Yeah.
want you to imagine putting a dynamo or a roller there. That's what you can do.
Mm. Okay, okay.
Roller
And
says, "This is my area. Do not
yeah,
enter. You will die."
I also want to point out the only reason this push failed is because the charger actually hit a good shot.
Mhm.
Because they just kind of crumple a zone. And you don't have anything you can do
Oh
about it besides back up.
yeah. Hmm.
I'm sorry, what is the zip accomplishing? I am so
Um.
confused.
He came to say good morning.
y-
Yeah. Like, I also want to point out here, do y'all notice how like in control of the game you are? When someone's on their elbow, that's what you're looking for.
mhm.
And I know I'm hammering this point home, but like, trust me, it's gonna get hammered home a lot more in the future too. Because this is a really important part of the game. Like here, when you're holding forward, the enemy team is just terrified. It's just y'all are so far back, you can't actively fight them. Like the only person who can fight them here is around. And if you notice, the enemy tries to focus on trying to get zone, that around has a free fight.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
If y'all can match it makes your life a lot easier. This is fine. I'm sorry, Red. I know how you lived, but how?
Yeah, no, I was baffled that too. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I don't
I think I
Big man.
literally called out like you're
you
gonna like
did.
that jump's gonna die, and then they just
You
live.
did.
Yeah, you did just live.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
Just
Like
better.
they could not kill me.
hey, it's
Every time I
fine.
died was because I slipped up.
Hey, we take it. Yeah, I do want to point out here. This is where it makes sense for you to back off and play defense. So like the how I was saying earlier of defense as a luxury, you have a lot of points and time to work with. You can now play defense. Like you need to have one successful retake and then you can play defense. So playing slower here makes sense. And this is where you can play for specials. Yeah. So I'm gonna point something out and then I'm just gonna let the rest of this play out because I remember this game was just a struggle for retake. On retake, if you ever get a numbers advantage and you have a special, take it. Even if it's a small numbers advantage. Because, like, when you get a good pick here, if you missiled and went forward, this is a free retake.
Okay, I see.
Only reason I bring this up around, feel free to say if you saw it different, but it seemed like retake was the hardest part of playing for y'all. Which makes,
Yeah, no, definitely.
so like the main things I'll probably be focusing on for a bit is just being in front of objective and how to retake successfully.
Yeah, no, it's like you said. When they took elbow, we just couldn't really move in very effectively, and I even died at the zip there, which killed our cooler.
Yeah, which is fine. But like with the zip out, you could have ran past zip. It sounds suicidal, but the rest of their team backed up so much. And here's where you
Yeah.
can just
no,
push
they could've
forward
run
and keep
past.
going. Because we on Storm come out, it's just continuing further into zone. I'm not gonna ramble about it too much this game because for rambling about like retaking full, I want to drag all of y'all into a PB, and I want everyone here because
That's fair.
that matters a lot. Like here, you get your successful retake. It's just go in front of the zone if you can,
Mm-hmm.
because now you can play defense. You just have to hold your defense for the rest of the game. That's clean. Yeah. This is unfortunately just tent doing tent things. And now it's just back to a struggle for retake. If y'all want, this is what I'm thinking. I want to show you the I want to say it was Zones Zones Wufen. That's the stage in the name. Or that's the
Yeah.
yes, the stage of the name. Ah yes, info. Name of the stage. And show y'all how you were playing in front of zone. Um actually I could do Barn up to y'all. If you want to look at the last like minute of this, I do not mind doing that. But this is just a struggle for retake. And I think focusing retake is just a whole different thing for its own day.
Hmm.
If you see different, please say. I don't mind one way or another.
I don't mind um going on to what you said, Barnacle.
Yeah, because I just want to show you how.
Is that the last game y'all played?
Yeah, that was the last game played.
Okay. Yeah. Well, not there.
Because I just want to point out, because that game you should have lost, and then you held in front of zone. And I want to point out the difference.
I remember that one. Okay,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all done with that?
sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay. Here we are. Yeah, this game was so interesting to watch from overhead. If y'all are fine, I'm going to kind of skip through a bit of this game. Because I want to show you, like, when you were in control of zone. Because if I remember, you were in control of zone multiple times. No, you got one solid push,
Heck,
actually. My memory is just
I've
wrong.
never seen. I've never seen this
Oh,
format.
yeah.
Whoa. It's
So
so
if you,
cool.
so, for recon, you just press the R trigger, and it just
Yeah.
fills up a graph.
That's
Oh
so
yeah.
cool.
When did they add that? It was like some patch.
I want to say it's almost a year. I want to say it's like a year and a half ago now.
Yeah. It's a
crazy.
very interesting feature, though.
It is. It's
That's
very
cool.
nice.
Holy
Damn,
shit, my
y'all
cooler's still spaced
y'all
out.
retook out of nowhere. What the shit?
Uh,
Yeah.
actually, I want to see this just for.
It's just like
we got the zone in
Oh, I
clutch
remember
up.
how this
like
worked.
a minute. Y'all
Yeah.
capped it and just won.
Yeah. I remember that
cool.
this only worked because of Zuka. Or if I remember,
Zuka moment.
if I remember correctly. Or wait, why is Rain's? No, game. What are you on about? I'm sorry, I need to reload this. None of your names are visible.
Yeah, I was about to
Oh
say.
my god.
None of your names or weapons are visible. Huh?
Huh?
Maybe it's the
Wait,
graph.
only 3
Reopen
of
and close the
them.
graph.
I think it's just because I graphed on it. I'm sorry. What the fuck is this?
Want to go to a player perspective real quick?
That looks
I'll
so
try that
fun.
real quick. Okay. Well, huh?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sick.
I've
Okay,
seen
games
that
be like that.
before. I haven't seen it that bad. Sorry, that was shocking.
What happened? Sorry.
Oh, you missed it. Okay, hold up. You need to see this.
I was like not
The
watching.
You need to see this. No, don't say anything.
Where's-
You'll notice. You'll notice what's wrong. There are no names on
Oh.
5 players.
Oh.
yeah, no,
Oh.
it's so good to watch. It looks
Huh.
Wow, Splatoon.
I've never
Such
seen that
great
bad. What the hell?
code.
Yeah, I've seen it for like 1 or 2 players, and it's like, okay, whatever, I can shrug it off. Like, huh?
Oh my god.
5 players? That's new. But yeah, I want to point out how this game played. Look at Rain and Around. Do you notice how far ahead of zone y'all are? And same with music. Like, everyone's ahead of zone and in front of it. And do you notice how
Yeah.
the enemy
I
team...
thought you played this map.
Yeah, no, it is. But
around.
that's
So
also...
that's how you play this.
It is, but that's also how you play objective. Is you are in front of
Yeah.
objective, keeping it. Like, it sounds obvious, but I wanted to use this in contrast to the, Robo game, where y'all were staying
Yeah.
behind zone.
Hmm.
Because you're so far forward that they don't have time to get their specials. And if you notice, you're
ZB
just
said the
putting a
entire
lot more
right
pressure.
flank is mine.
Pardon?
I'm making a joke. I was saying ZB's on the right, and it's just saying this entire right flank is mine.
That in particular, that's honestly not even a bad play.
Like they they would not go
Yeah.
over there.
I mean, I
whatsoever.
would.
Why is it the 10th
I
name?
had the range, so I said
Wait, I beat
I was
this
I
about to
put
person
my
right
say,
now.
foot
yeah,
down.
no. I was about to say, Sirius got a kill, and whoever's name that is isn't there. I think
That's
it's the tribe.
Why? Why, game? Why?
Incredible.
It's fine. I can deal with just the
Oh, that
10th
was
being
bad.
missing. But
Yeah, it's
don't
just
notice how
it's
much
not
of a
hard to see.
difference this is when you're forward.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This is what you're looking for when you're pushing. It's just, we are in front of zone. Yeah, this is like one of their 2 or 3 specials for their entire retake. Is this Reef Slider right here. And you just get to explode it. Okay, it ran away,
Was
but
it
that's fine.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Win. Wow. Steamrolled.
Yep. Okay.
You know, I definitely remember. I got really pissed at the Charger holding so much space, so I just ran at them.
I'll be real, that's the right play. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, my music killed itself. Oh well.
No.
It's fine, that happens a lot. I've kind of just gotten used to it. Okay.
Plans.
So actually I want to put this out with tent. And this is just a tent thing in particular. If you see a tent, you don't need to directly fight it. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and there isn't really a wrong answer. Where can you go from this position? And where do you think you should go from this position?
Mid.
Yeah, I was about to say mid's probably the best because if you drop down, you're just gonna get cornered really easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we drop mid, then we can corner the tent and stamper and force them to
Yeah.
either jump, fight, or trade at worst.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is you don't even have to directly fight 10. This is gonna sound silly, and I'm sorry you can't answer this question since I already asked it to you.
Oh, okay.
What wins you the game? Like in any given game, what wins you the game?
Points.
Team fights?
It's not team fights. Like think as large scale as you can. Because you're on the right track with points. It's just being a little more particular with it, or a little broader with it. Like what are you?
Playing objective.
Thank you. Objective. It sounds stupid, I know. Like it sounds like this is very simple stuff. But the thing is, if you can go forward and score objective, it doesn't matter what the enemy team is doing, because they have to stop you from scoring objective. So, like, and if you can ever be forcing something on objective, that's typically going to be a good play. At least for now, it's typically a good play. So I just wanted to bring that up because, like, you don't want to fight Tent directly. Because if you notice, Tent just drew attention, and it's just forcing space because that's what Tent does. Like, I'm not going to have too much to comment on, because this is just, y'all looked at Tent a lot,
Mhm.
which I understand, but when you can, ignoring Tent is typically a better play. Let's see. So I'm trying to remember what I was thinking about for this game. This is fine, this is good. And y'all just gang up on time. Let's see. How do you push forward? I'm curious. Right. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Um, I'm gonna, or I guess before I say anything, what do y'all think I'm going to say? Because I've brought this up on opening stuff. It's the same here.
We should have pushed forward
We
sooner,
should have
probably.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you
Because
guys just like hanging around in like your plat area? Like what?
I mean, I get it. You're allowed to celebrate when someone dies, but like, now
I'm
is not the
scared.
time.
I had carbon, no paint.
That's fair.
I think
The
I also didn't have paint. It was either the paint or it was either I didn't have paint or I saw all the orange on the map and I was like, let me paint first.
fair. The thing that I would bring up with paint is you can paint while you're pushing forward.
Mhm.
Because, what I notice a lot of people will do is they'll paint, push forward, stop, and then paint again to push forward. So
Mhm.
they'll be moving forward in two actions. One is painting, and then two is moving. You can combine the two steps.
hmm
Because I want to point out, like, let's say you went immediately for their ramp. It's hard to notice from overhead, but where the little inflatable is on their plat, to the right of that.
Yeah.
If y'all pushed there, you have four players pushing there. You're going to paint for each other while you're moving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the other thing is, like, let's say you want to paint mid because you think there's a shark or something. Excuse me. Um, you don't need all four players painting. You need one or two players painting.
hmm
Because pushes are not easy to come around. So yeah, I actually want to point out here. Y'all notice how, like, how you'll paint and then move.
Yeah.
I get the idea of it, and if you want to do it for now, that's fine. But if you're doing that, you have to focus on where you're going ahead of time. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm just wanting to point stuff out, and if y'all have questions, please ask. Because I think for now, the main thing will be just getting everyone comfortable going forward.
hmm
Curious if any of y'all see different. Like, please say, and same for your round, since I am not
No, I
trying to
mean,
be the
I
dominant judge.
agree.
Just the main thing that I'm seeing for, and this is not at all your fault, this is how the game plays, is you're playing very defensive and trying to wait for them to come into you, which is what solo queue conditions you to do. The thing is, for comp, it's a little different since you have other players to work with. And it lets you do a lot more for fishes.
Right, 'cause instead of 1v7, it's 4v4.
Yes. But yeah. I do want to just back up a little bit and just show it again of y'all have a chance to go forward. Like, right here is perfect, and you have all 4 players in the same area. If y'all pushed for a ramp, this would be great. But you kind of pause, paint, and then you try to go forward. There's all sorts of stuff with that, which leads to some issues, but I'm not going to overload y'all with that, like, right now.
Yeah.
Because pushing in and of itself has a lot. But I want to point out, y'all have got a full team wipe, and you're still stuck on your plat. That's something you want to try to avoid. This is just my view. I'd honestly rather see y'all getting wiped out consistently, but forcing space, than staying alive, but not pushing up at all.
Okay.
Because the thing is, staying alive is important, yes. Staying alive is important because you're typically doing something while alive. If you're staying in one spot defending it, you're not doing all that much. Sorry, that's kind of harsh to say, but it's true.
No, yeah.
Because, like, y'all have a chance to go forward here. Like, sorry, Z, I'm going to be picking on you because this happens a lot with Slayers. You're staying alive. What is you staying alive doing? Like, what is your point of living here?
Out of context, that sounds very funny.
Oh, trust me, I stole this from my coach, who, they joined the server. First message they ever sent is, what is your reason for living?
You die, I guess.
What?
Me, right here, right now.
Like in
Theoretically,
Splatoon
it
or
could
like
be
in
for
real life?
Zuka.
They were referring to in Splatoon, but they didn't clarify. It was just, hey, at person, what is your reason for living?
I think for this specific moment, I think it could have been to position for Zuka. But other than that, no reason.
Fair.
It should be dead on the field.
Yeah. Like, I get the idea, but you just kind of are staying back for nothing here. And yes, the Zuka is nice. You don't move with the Zuka, if I remember
Nope,
correctly. Like, you get a pick, but
probably not.
look, you just stay there. Like, James, you have the right idea of just going forward here. It's just everyone needs to be going forward. And, like, here y'all are in, which is good. It's just continuing to go in. Because, like, you have the right idea of going in, and I think y'all have the idea of wanting to push in, just because of how you're positioning. It's just take the step and go. Because I know it's scary to just run in and run the risk of dying here, like here. But there's not really another way for you to learn how to push in than to fail.
For sure.
Also, like, stuff like that is what I can comment on. Because I can see how you can make that push work. Again, for now, I'm not going to ramble about it too much, just because I'm wanting to point out, hey, this is what you're looking for, and then talk about how we can go about pushing in simplifying the process. I will say this is a good pushback in. Yeah, like, this is perfect. I want to point out, y'all just go in no fear of death. Do you notice how you just instantly get your fights? This is what you're looking for. Because the second that you start fighting, the enemy team has to respond in kind. And I'll just point out, y'all ran in, y'all fought, and do you notice how you're pausing again? This is what I'm noticing. And this is what's pausing a lot of things. Oh, it's not down there. Sorry if that's coming through on the audio. I think it is. Not much I can do about it.
I do not hear anything.
Oh, okay. My mic's just going green. Okay. I think it's also being picked up on OBS, but whatever. Anyways. It's fine. It's, like, super quiet on OBS, from what I'm seeing. But I want to point out here, like, you had all of the momentum going into it, and then you just kind of pause here. This is good when you're going, it's just keeping this momentum, if this makes sense. And I'm sure that this is dull, sorry, I hate being a broken record, but to a certain extent, you have to be pushing to get anything done. Because, like, pointing out, you have a player advantage, and y'all stay back waiting for them to come into you. This is where you should be forcing. Like, Fox running forward is great, and you'll follow, it's just noticing it earlier. Sorry, I'm just thinking, because I'm remembering some of the games. I want to check my notes. This is what I'd like to do. If y'all would rather something different, please say. I think I'd like to drag y'all into a PB and talk about pushing and a few things with, like, knowing where to push forward. And then back to y'all and just have y'all go forward. Like, literally just hold forward the entire time to learn and just get used to, hey, let's go forward at these key times.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yep.
Could do that.
Okay, sorry, let me check my notes real quick. I'm just wanting to make sure. Okay. Then yeah. Actually, let me go over the tower control game real quick. Because the thing I was talking about with zones, and how I branched that out to wanting to be in front of an objective, like for any objective, it's especially apparent for tower control.
Mhm.
Because if you're behind tower in tower control, you don't have a way to actively defend a tower, so the person on tower will often die, and that just kills your push. Okay. Actually, hold on. Do y'all mind if I jump around to when you're pushing? Just to show you some of what I was seeing?
Yeah, go out.
Because I want to point out... Actually, if I remember, this was better. No, this is Kraken. That's understandable. Let's see. I'm very sure you get a push going after this. You do. Okay. I want to point out how this push is formulated. So, do you notice how James is in front of tower? This is better than I remember. I might be thinking of some other teams. Sorry, there's a lot of teams that struggle in tower. They
I
kind of get
love Tower.
jumbled
Tower is
together.
my favorite.
Tower's a very fun mode. But I want to point out, James is in front of tower, and they're keeping force away from it. So, like, Zipcaster and Edit are focused on tower here. Do you notice how they can't just actively shoot tower? That's what you're looking to do. And James is able to just clear up in front of tower, which is great. I'm going to point out here, because this is different if this push happens, if I remember. Or no, this is still good. I just want to point out with the tower, do you notice how free this push is?
So very free. No pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we broke check, no issue.
Yeah, this is what you're looking to do. This is how I think about tower control, and Rainmaker for that matter. You want it to be that whoever is taking care of that objective doesn't even have to play the game. They just kind of sit there and run forward. And they just do what objective requires. Because, look, I'm just going to point out, Z just kind of had to sit there. If I remember, yeah, this is where your push fails. And I'm pointing out, nothing was in front of tower here, because James died. This is what you're trying to avoid. This is fine. For the record, that death just happens. I'm just using that as an example. If I remember, you have another push, and I vaguely remember seeing it. And if I'm wrong, oops. My memory is spotty sometimes. Actually, no. Am I going insane? Was it where in the push? I might be going insane. This is... That wouldn't be too crazy. I think it was here. Yeah, because y'all are riding, do you notice how nothing's in front of tower? So Z tries to grab and they just explode. That's what you want to try to avoid. In my, again, yes, I have a broken record, but just being effective does a lot of good. Okay. Now I can drag y'all for a PB, and then we can talk about some stuff. The only reason I'm going to drag y'all for a PB is I would much rather y'all experience and physically do things compared to hearing me ramble to you. Because, well, yes, being rambled at can be helpful. I find it's a lot better and easier to understand when you're physically doing it. And there's like 2 or 3 main things I want to ramble about, and then it'll just be some backseating. Okay. Do you want to join around? And I'm not
Oh, you
sure.
want me to join? Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to.
No, I
It
can.
would... Okay. I'll wait a second, see if James is here. But I'm assuming since they're on mute, they're not. Or at least they're not able to join.
Just give me a second. I didn't have the game open before.
You're totally fine.
Oh, why is it not? Fucking monitor.
Why does it look like you're swinging that thing around?
Oh, because I am. That's the this way button.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Hold up here. Tent has a fun one if you want to just mix the two
I
ideas.
love Tent and Explos.
Oh no, like mixing between, you just actually fucking swing it up and down.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This game's a little silly with its animations. Okay.
Oh, this is not your set.
Yeah. Oh, this is an interesting mix that I got. Thank you,
Okay.
Anna. It's fine. We're not... It's not like we're...
All
Honestly, this
right.
is probably...
Let's go roller time.
That works.
Actually, this helps us a little to practice that baton pass thing.
I was about to say yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to talk about 2 things with pushing for now. One is going to be kind of brought up in passing, and I'll expand upon for another day. But the main thing I want to just drill into y'all, and I want to show you, is the difference of when someone's in front of zone and in front of objective. This will be boring, but it's very helpful to see. So here's what I'd like us to do. I'm going to cap real quick. And I want y'all to push into us. Except the one difference is around, we're going to be starting from back here.
Okay.
And y'all can start from there. Like, just push into us. We will fight back. Just, I want to point out how much easier it is to work with. Do you notice how much easier it is, though?
Yeah, we
Or
just broke
how
in
it's,
zone.
yeah, it's fairly easy. I'm not going to shoot you, I promise. If y'all can go a bit back into your spawn. So, like, before switch. Switch being these ramps where I'm shooting. And then around and I will just hold in front. Feel free to try to push into us, because I want to show you the difference. When we're in front of zone. And y'all can keep trying to push into us. It's recon. The game will... Out.
I have my alarm to take my pills as above from Octo expansion.
Understandable.
It just keeps going off.
Oh, I have low battery.
Is he behind you? Oh, I got to trade.
Oh, you're alive? Okay.
Yeah.
If y'all want, I'll try to push in one more time. Like, take some time and regroup if you want to. Just try to push in one more time. Either way, though, y'all... Pardon? Yeah, go for it. You can use whatever you want.
I know how to use grab. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I've kind of ruined your phone, haven't I?
I
hate
okay, umbrellas.
I don't have a bomb. I can't deal with that.
I only have mines.
Here, we can chill for a second. I just want to point out the difference. Y'all noticed how much easier that is, right? Or how much harder it is when we're just in front actively. that's what you're wanting to do. And what I'd like y'all to do is cap zone and try the same thing and just run through the same drill. So we'll push into you when you're chilling behind zone, and then we'll push into you when you're in front of zone. Because I want y'all to see what it's like when you need to defend it. Also, I promise for like when I'm pushing in from spawn, I will not use shield because that's a little cheating.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll just push into you and try to force you out.
Yeah, I have
And
a
I want
whole
you to
nother
just try to defend.
behind.
I wouldn't recommend
kill
trying
that.
to roll me over.
Just roll into him.
That's not gonna work.
I thought about it. He's weak.
Ow.
Oh.
I keep running into the fucking. Oh, I died to mine.
Oh no.
My favorite.
I won.
There's no way I'm whiffing these one shots. Oh my. Okay. Holy hell, am I whiffing these one shots? You're fine. Okay. Sorry, that was me having a skill issue and a half. Also not trying to abuse shield as much. But y'all noticed how that wasn't queen. Like, that was very much so up in the air of what's gonna happen. Y'all have one shots, which makes it easier. I want you to do the same thing of cap zone and just be holding in front of zone. I'm gonna drag you back around.
Yeah.
And the one request is don't use crab for this, because I know you want to. No.
I really want to just pop it right here. I want a clear zone right here.
Sorry, but no.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Missiles.
We'll push into you. Oh, okay.
Banned.
Here, that works. Nice. Yeah. And I'll just try to avoid using shield a lot. Rip.
Ouch.
I mean,
that was also just kind of, hey, it happens. Like, unfortunately for defense,
the mine
happens. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to drag you back here, my friend.
Yeah.
Just to give you all another attempt at it. And we'll just push into you from now. So it's not, okay, we're pushing in at random. So don't back up in front of zone, just stick in front of it. There you go. Nice. And we'll just keep pushing into you. So push as far up as you want to, or, like, either way, though, just stay in front of zone. Because it's just going to do you a lot of good. Damn.
Behind?
Who's not ready for that to hit? There's no way.
I'll never. They'll never notice.
Never. What?
Don't worry about it.
Ow.
Okay.
Ouch.
Okay.
Oh, that's so
no.
But I want to point out, if y'all noticed it, it's a little easier to defend from where you were, and when you're in front of zone. Zone also isn't nearly as much in the air, and hopefully you can feel that. If not, oops.
It does.
I promise you, it is there.
You know,
it's a lot nicer when I have, I guess, more angles to hide behind.
I
think it clicked whenever you said, like, don't go back in the zone.
Oh.
And then I got the double, and it's like, oh, okay, that works.
Yeah, no, it works. Like, it's just a lot easier when you can be actively in front of zone fighting. I also want to talk about the other thing,
Dude,
which
sprinkler.
No. But the other thing I want to talk about for zones, which I don't see people talk about, and is some of why it matters, is when you get specialed, it's not on the zone. So, like, Z, if you can jump back to your spawn
right in front of it, right?
Yeah. If you can jump back to your spawn real quick, Z, since you have missiles. Around, if you can chill there. I want you to missile both of us and see the impact that it has.
You want me to move off? So.
No, just stay there. Like, if you die, it's just a show, like, it painting zone.
Oh.
I'm wanting to show a difference. Mine are here. This is annoying. This isn't actively making your life easier to cap, right? Z, I want you to do something fun in particular.
Oh.
If you can avoid painting around. Oh, oops. If you can fling... No, you're fine. So fling twice.
I thought we were resetting.
No, you're fine. So if you can fling into zone twice, say, one from there, and then one on the other side, if you had your missile paint back here, this caps
This
zone for you.
wasn't painted. I think that one. Yeah.
Yeah, like this half caps for you.
Mm.
It's a
I
really
mean,
small
ideally, the
difference.
opponent's gonna move off of zone
Yeah,
for the
but like,
missiles anyways, but
Yeah, and
that's
then
also
one
benefiting
more.
you.
yeah, like there's 3 ways you can approach it. One is that they back up further, which is fine. You get zone for free. If they stay in the zone, that
Yes.
paints. Or they run forward, but most people don't do that.
Like when you pop missiles, my instinct was to like dart back here, so
Yeah.
it doesn't paint zone. But then you also get all that space in front of you.
Yep. That also works for like VAC in particular, because if I remember how this works, if I put VAC here, so I'm just gonna put VAC here. This doesn't do that much. It's annoying, yes, but it's not gonna like flip the zone. If I remember my paint values, this is the same as that VAC shot. This is getting close to capping. If you can make sure that stuff isn't going onto zone, it makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Actually, honestly, that's probably fine. I would ramble about thresholds, but I think thresholds are fine to talk about a different day.
Thinking by thresholds.
Yeah.
Like
So
how much it takes to cap zone?
No, this is more so a stage specific thing. I'll explain it using Switch because Switch is a really easy example. So I'm setting up 2 beacons. Or I'll set up 3. Or not, I thought I had nothing for that. So like these 3 beacons are what I would call a threshold. A threshold is an area of the map where it's really weird, where a lot of people don't want to push through, but it's important to do. So areas like this are where you'll get
You mean
stuck
like
in.
a choke?
I kind of, but it's a bit different. Because the way I see thresholds are, once you're through it, you have a lot of action to work with. The reason I say it's not a choke are, here, I'm gonna go to Scorch real quick, because I want to ramble about thresholds, since y'all have gotten me started. Where is Scorch? There it is. This is, like, honestly a very important concept for pushing as a whole. And I want to talk about it. I guess the better way to explain thresholds is almost like the point of no return, compared to choke points. Because choke points
I was like,
are...
this has to relate to chokes in some way, right?
It does. So it has a lot of overlap with chokes, but it's very different.
I've just never heard them described this way.
Yeah, me either.
It's fine. It's kind of something that I've brought up when it's explained. It makes a lot of sense to people. But as a random term, it makes no sense. So I'm gonna throw up 2 beacons because this is a threshold, and it's gonna seem a little different. Because I think we would agree, yes, you can make this a choke point. This isn't a traditional choke point. Because you can sit here
Because
comfortably.
like this area over here is more of like a choke point, right?
Yes. However, the thing about thresholds are, it's kind of an area where once you pass it, you have to keep moving. So this is a really tricky area, and I want you all to like actually swim through here, so you can see what I mean, because this is very feeling based. If you're standing here in front of the beacon, you can comfortably hold here, and you don't feel like you have to move. The second you step past the beacon, you're going to feel it. You want to move. It's either forward or backwards, because it's a very dangerous spot to be caught in
Oh,
between.
like open space.
Yeah, or it's not even open space, because it's still technically open. So you'll have to give me a second. Getting terminology for this is weird in explaining it. But like from here, if you're holding here, which is in between a threshold, it's way harder to hold than just up here. So you'll have to give me a second. I'm trying to think of redefining thresholds, because I swear to God, it changes each time, and my wording changes. I have a 7-minute ramble somewhere. I can grab that if y'all want, since that might be a better explanation.
I definitely want to see it.
Yeah, but it's almost a point of no return, and there are areas you want to just force through if you can. The reason I say point of no return, like if one of y'all want to stand here where I am, I'm going to push you out. For thresholds, it's an area where once you pass it, you have to keep moving. So I'm going to push you out around, or Rain, if you want to go to where around is too, just to show you, since it's a little hard to pick up on. I'm going to push you. Notice how you have 1 response, which is going back. If you fight, that's fine, you have to keep backing up. Because this is a threshold, and if you don't back up, I'm going to just keep shooting.
Okay.
Do you notice where you backed up to? That's another threshold. So it's kind of points of no return. The reason that's why I word it that way, compared to a choke point. Oops, that's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, you're fine. Wait,
I
you'll
thought you were
notice...
gonna hold your shield up or something.
Nah. No, I was just trying to move. But if you'll notice, did you notice how natural it was to back up to right there? To where you were? That's kind of a threshold.
Yeah.
And the second let's say you go back again. So I'm going to show it at you, and if you back up again, do you notice how you can only really back up to ramp? These are kind of threshold points. I'll have to try to grab the video, since I think I explained it way better than I do now, because I've explained this like 7 different times. And it gets worse each time, I swear to God. Because it's just more intuitive to me. But it's points like these which you want to look for. And if you can blow past it, you blow past a lot on defense. Here, actually, let me try to find the video. Sorry, it might be a better explanation than anything I did for this. Ignore that this was focused to Rella. Where is my game with Rella? Where is it? I forgot that
I
we had
dare
a
you.
few games. Oh, what is going on?
Oh, that was straight down. I'm sorry.
Holy, sorry, I didn't realize we have DM'd that much. Oops. It's still going. What is going on?
Nothing.
What?
I'm just feeling my controller vibrate. So I'm not seeing. Okay, hold up.
Nothing's happening. I swear.
Yes. Sorry, I need to pull my.
Oh
I
wait,
need to pull my
actually.
channel, I guess. Why are my feet painted? Okay.
Sorry, I threw a ball at your feet. I forgot balls paint.
No, that's fair.
Fucking mine. Oh, can you get it?
Oh,
Okay, there's the little ramble I had. Has it really only been 2 months since that ramble? Holy. It has been like an eternity. Okay. I don't remember all which was there, but if y'all have the time, I would give it at least a listen. Just, what is going on?
I learned how to do the thing hop, but I don't know what they're doing.
I was getting 2 balls.
Okay then. This is
Hey,
just
you were
chaos.
looking, and I had clams.
Okay. But if y'all get some time, I would look over the not the death by sprinkler.
I forgot clams don't they don't do any damage.
Nope, clams do not in fact do damage. It'd be hilarious, but they don't.
I think they should. I think they should do like 10 damage or something.
No, make it like 20. Make it feel like you just got punched in the face.
Yeah. I mean, it is like a big ball.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. Like if
Yeah,
you got hit by
it is a big ball.
like if you got hit by a football that size going at that speed, it hurt. Make it do like 20, 25 damage.
Yeah,
I
probably.
mean,
Can we just make it so powers do
like,
damage so we can just stone someone to death with 4 power clams? That'd be hilarious.
that'd be really funny. Just an alternative way of finishing someone off.
Yeah, you get it. Ignore how it would just make like
Easy.
bamboo broken. Um,
I mean, yeah.
We just don't think about it.
exactly, you get it.
Exactly.
Generator can
But
just combo with them.
Yeah. Oh, here, you can have it back. I'll let you keep doing what you're doing. But yeah,
I'll
like
trade you.
it's okay. As a whole,
I
like,
trade you one doubloon for.
for 100 sounds like a fair trade. But yeah, like the way I would view thresholds are they're kind of invisible spaces on the map, where once you cross it, you have to keep moving. That's the wording I've used in the past.
Okay.
So like once you cross this threshold, for example, you have to keep moving. It's also a similar thing with ramp, because I'm sure, if y'all have noticed, just like in your own play, it's really hard to no more. Sorry.
It's really hard to
How
get up
could you?
here.
Oh,
But like, from like the entirety of ramp, if y'all have noticed for your own play, it's typically a lot easier to just go all the way through ramp and then stop up here. Ramp is both a
mm-hmm.
chokehold and a threshold in my eyes, because it's a spot where once you cross it, you want to keep moving. And if y'all have noticed, like
Yeah.
when someone fights you, if you're on ramp,
Once you
you'll
cross it, you
typically
want to like
back up.
hold and like.
Yeah, but like you're guarding a threshold as well. Like thresholds are really deep. There's a lot of thresholds on maps. But the reason I bring them up is so you don't pause in spots like this. So like where I'm standing is in the middle of a threshold. When you stand in the middle of
Yeah.
thresholds, you typically just explode.
Yeah, this is a terrible spot to be.
Yeah, but I like defining it with something you
Considering
can
thresholds
think
or
about.
not.
Yeah, but I also
Like,
bring it up
this is
because
okay. This
yeah,
is okay.
but it's a threshold.
This
And
is
like
safe.
yeah, and like bringing up a spot here. If you're in front of this threshold, you're totally safe here. When you're here, I'm sure y'all have noticed in your own gameplay, this is where you'll typically die.
Yeah.
And you just have
Yeah,
to
that's
keep
about
moving.
right.
Because now you're in front of another threshold, which is where it feels safer.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because there's a lot of angles for people to drop on me right here.
Yeah.
What if from here I eliminate half of them?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
only reason I bring it up is being able to recognize
Yeah.
thresholds and know, okay, I just need to go here is a very good thing just because it helps with timing and not dying in between spots. Because a lot of people will sit here. Like I say this because I've fought like D3, like D2, D3 players who will sit here and just explode. And being able to like put a word on a feeling is helpful because it's like, okay, I feel like this is a spot where I die and I need to keep moving. It's okay. I want to be in front of this threshold. The other reason why I bring it up is if you get the chance, you can know where to stop. Because oftentimes, like, you can just blast through multiple thresholds and force the enemy team back. So like for the small example I was doing when I was pushing you back to our ramp, right? Did y'all notice how the second I pushed again, you had to keep backing up? That's something you can take advantage
Yeah.
of for thresholds. Because like, I just want to point out, if I can go from here and in one shot blast through two thresholds, and this just gives a lot of space to work with.
Is that just
Mhm.
is that just like what you have to do, or like can you like retreat almost to like the side, or is that
You
like
can.
too scary because now I'm on
Like,
like the objective line? Now you just have a free shot to the basket.
I mean, hold up, for which side? Sorry. Like for defending
So like if
or
you
Mhm.
are if I'm like backing up because you're
Mhm.
pushing me
Yeah.
to like I guess the next threshold,
Yeah, so if I push here and force you
like
back.
to prevent continue being back up, like
Mhm.
would be going over here fine, or would I
So
pretty
it
much need to be up here to protect the basket?
so if you're protecting basket, you have to go up there. So like here, if you want around, I can push
Okay.
you so you can get an actual feeling
But if
for it.
there's someone else that's protecting basket, I could like do this and maybe actually
Yes.
continue like
Yes. But the thing
fighting somewhat.
is,
Yeah.
yeah. So like here, if you want, I can actually push you and give you an example. And I'll do the same with you, Rain, if you want to. because I find this is important to like
Yeah, sure.
learn and see. So I'm just gonna push you back, like, and just force out. I want you to just notice how when you're moving, yes, you can go to the side. Do you notice how much more scary this
Yeah.
is? Like, cool, you've got.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Well, if there's a Daimo on my team, I think I'm
I
fine.
swung in the absolute like wrong direction and still killed.
It's fine. I was kind of in front. Like, here, if you want to around, like, you can push back over here, and I'll give you just a little bit of notice so I don't instantly paint your feet. I'm gonna shoot now,
Yeah.
so feel free to move. Like, I want you to notice it's hard to just fight that instinct, and if you mess off, I'm going to catch you.
Yeah.
That's the thing of thresholds. It's like, yes, you can work around them. It's just something you want to be aware of.
Okay.
Because thresholds are more of a mental game. Like, thresholds are something you can point out on the map, but it's a mental thing. Because, like, for example,
Yeah.
if you're, like, let's say any of y'all are between, like, the two beacons I set up, right? If I push you, you first want to back up, because you're, like, you are afraid of dying. If I keep pushing, you're going
Yeah.
to back up to the next threshold. So where you are now is another threshold. And now here's another threshold.
Yeah.
Do you notice I can just blow past them because you're still afraid of dying? That's why I bring them up.
Yeah. I see
I
what
think,
you mean by tent cheating.
yes.
They can just walk through the thresholds.
I mean,
Well, this isn't even tent exclusive, by the way.
to
This is
emulate a
just playing
4-man
fast.
army, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like, you can do this without
But it feels
even
like
needing
with
shield.
tent especially,
Oh,
you
yeah.
just are able to just walk through. Yeah.
Yeah, no, tent's terrifying because I can go here and just force your entire team through 2 thresholds. That's why it's
Yeah.
cheating. But hopefully that makes some sense. Again, if y'all get the chance, just to watch the video. I think it's explained a lot better there. And if not, that's fine. It's not something you need to know. I just like bringing it up whenever I'm talking about pushing. Because I find it helps go, okay, I'm in this spot, I need to go here. This also just helps because at some point if y'all are fine with it, I think going over map planning is a good idea. But that is, again, a whole different discussion. Just map planning tends to be helpful. Here, have a power
whole
plan.
different.
Power clan. You guys really like the power clans. Especially you, Z.
I'm trying to get that little
power clan movement down.
But showed me what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a tipsy, full hop, and then aim slightly down. So you don't aim all the way down, you aim slightly in front of you and down.
What are you trying to do?
So, like, right there?
Yeah. So, like, if you're moving, you're aiming slightly in front of where you're going. I just
What are you trying to do?
Can you paint over the area?
So,
like, I can just show you. It's using the fact that Pyroclan paints for you to just blow through areas.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm an absolute nerd and just know stuff like this. But you aim it slightly in front of where you're trying to go.
Interesting.
There you go. Your angle is sharp soon. So you just want it aimed fairly down because it needs to jump back up into your hands. Sorry, I'm just what? Yeah, there you go. Now you got it.
Yes, let's go. I'll take it.
It's silly, but okay.
It's very silly.
It's silly, but it has its uses. Is there anything else y'all would want to go over just in a PB since everything is here? And we can actually do an experience compared to RIP, not the 2 claims being lost.
Cooler spots.
That's something I'm down to talk about one-on-one.
Okay.
I will say though,
isn't that very situational?
It is. If you want like a really there goes James. If you want like a really simple one, put it in front of thresholds in choke points. So like if you put it where I'm standing, your entire team has to cross through here on a push.
Okay.
Because you want to put your cooler in spots where it's in front of your team, so when you're going, you don't have to go out of your way for cooler. So like literally, if you place it on one of the two beacons,
The last thing you want is for your team to like lose momentum because they
exactly.
want to go pick up the cooler.
Yeah, like if you throw it on one of the two coolers, I just want to show you.
I find that so annoying when I have to. I find that so annoying when I have to turn around to get cooler.
I find it so annoying watching
No,
top
I
level
feel
and then
that.
I see them do it.
Yeah.
Being a hater, but like, yeah. But like, Rain, if you throw it at the top of like one of the ramps, like around, you can just push to like either side, and just see how easy it is to pick up. Because all that good cooler is just something that you don't have to go out of your way for.
Right.
Because a cooler like that is just okay. I'm going for it, and now I have cooler for my fight. The other thing is, if you want, you can be selfish with cooler and put it like here, for example, because cooler is just indestructible.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big shield.
Yeah. But yeah.
There's
Again,
really funny. There's a
Mhm.
there's a really funny video I saw of like on like JP Splatoon Twitter.
Yeah,
And
JP
it was
Twitter, and
that
it's
if you
just it
jump
tanking every
in,
special
yeah, it just tanks everything. You jump into like the
into the physical
larger part of
stand.
cooler, and you can
Yeah.
just live a Kraken.
Is that
I
why people put cooler on like a corner
No,
of
I've never
tower?
seen anyone practically use that, but it's a really funny
no,
use
I've seen
case of
it.
cooler.
I've seen it.
Really?
Tori's a fucking gremlin. Love her to death, but she uses cooler. Like she'll use enemy coolers. So, but anyways, besides for core stuff, because again, like just ask me and I can do some one-on-one, because that's more of a one-on-one thing than a with everyone. Is there anything y'all would want to go over?
We went over clams, tower, and splat zones,
We didn't
but
go over.
what about Rainmaker?
We didn't go over rain, but if y'all are practicing just being in front of objective, it'll bleed into rain, and then I can talk about rain.
Okay,
Because
that's fair.
for
I mean, I know we didn't do too hot on the Rainmaker that we did do,
that's because y'all were so
if I
far
recall.
behind Rainmaker. So like I could talk about that, but it's
Yeah.
just being in front of objective and being fine dying.
Okay.
That's at least what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like around, if you see different, please say, since I have a very biased view. But I don't think going over it in particular would be any more helpful than what we've already talked about, because it's still just y'all need to be in front of objective before we can do a lot.
That's fair. I figured I'd ask anyways.
Understandable. Yeah. Besides, Rainmaker can also just be a fun thing where I can ramble about thresholds and force y'all to play faster, because, oh my god, Rainmaker is my mode.
I mean,
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, I saw some action.
Rainmaker is very. Oh. Yeah. No, I can see that. Rainmaker's very fast. I wonder what Paradigm Starfish likes.
Whoever could guess.
Oh man,
Whoever
what
would
a
know.
what a
Yeah.
mystery.
That doesn't. Oh, okay. Clam doesn't set off mines.
I guess clams would be the
Clemens is
second
our
fastest one, but like the
tower.
other twos are just they run on timers.
Honestly,
Tower
we
and Zone just run on timers.
see tower is fine though because we can actively be fighting. Here, I'm gonna close the. Or here,
I
before I ramble about
guess.
that, is there anything you'll want to put into the recording before I end it?
That's all I can think of.
I don't know.
Fair. If y'all can't think of anything or it's just unknown, I will take that as a no then. Because for now, it's just very much so this is
Yeah,
an
I got
introduction
nothing.
to speed.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.